his candidacy in the most bizarre way. He has a meandering speech where he flat out made up a lot of stuff. So factcheck.org checked in on a lot of that. But before we even get to that, let's have fun with one of the quotes that he said that doesn't really need to be fact-checked. He said yesterday about immigrants coming into the country, specifically Latin American immigrants crossing the border. They're bringing drugs, they're bringing crime, they're rapists, and some, I assume, are good people. Okay, but they're rapists. MSNBC asked him about it today, and he said, look, they're sending us not their finest people, and it's people from countries other than Mexico also. We have drug dealers coming across. We have rapists. We have killers. We have murderers. I mean, it's common sense. What do you think they're going to send us? Their best people? Their finest people? The answer is no. Hey, big guy, you're not in Game of Thrones. They're not sending the rapists and the thieves to the wall to become part of the Night's Watch. Okay, there's no they. It's not the Mexican government doesn't get together or the other Latin American governments don't get together. Who shall we send the Americans? Let us send them the rapists. There's no such thing. People cross the border. You know what they're looking for? Hope, the American dream. So this whole idea that everybody coming across the border are either drug dealers or rapists, it is beyond vile and obviously incorrect. Okay, now, let's go to other things that he made up. This is all from factcheck.org. They say Trump claimed the 5 Taliban leaders exchanged for Sergeant Bo Bergdahl are now back on the battlefield trying to kill us. That's a quote. But all 5 remain in Qatar, where they continue to be monitored and are subject to a travel ban, according to the State Department. Trump is a fascinating dude. I mean, look, even for Republicans, I've never seen a guy this detached and unhinged from reality. Like, just doesn't care. Like, others will try to, put a little bit of a cloak on it. Well, 97% of the world's scientists agree in climate change, but the other 3% of the scientists don't agree, so we have a disagreement among scientists. That's not technically wrong. We have disagreement among some scientists, right? He doesn't care about technically wrong, right? He just makes up stuff. No holds barred. That's what Donald Trump is, okay? So let's continue. Trump claimed that the economic growth has never been below zero until the last quarter's drop, which is far from true. It has been below zero 42 times since 1946. Did anybody bother to check on Trump's campaign? There is no Trump's campaign. It's just Trump going out and making speeches with no facts to back him up. All right, more from factcheck.org. He said there are no jobs to be had. In fact, there were 5.4 million job openings recorded at the end of April, the most in 15 years. By the way, if you're wondering why there was the downturn last quarter, it was because of the record winter that America had. It always dips during the winters. It dipped worse last winter. Okay, so there are plenty of job openings, as they explain here, most in 15 years. He said the real unemployment rate is anywhere from 18 to 20% and maybe even 21%. I love this sentence. We see no factual basis for this opinion. And finally, he boasted he would have blocked new Ford plants in Mexico by threatening to impose a 35% tax on vehicles and parts made in Mexico and shipped to the U.S., but only Congress can impose taxes, and such a tax would violate the North American Free Trade Agreement. God help us all if in some insane miracle Donald Trump happens to win this thing, which he's not going to. He's not actually running. This is a giant publicity stunt. But if he does, he's like, what? Laws? What name so? I don't know any laws. Let's just go barrel in there and do whatever the hell we're going to do. North American Free Trade Agreement. Those guys are murderers and rapists anyway. Of course, I'm not going to listen to that. I'm going to build a wall, and I'm going to make them pay for it. How? I'm just going to make them do it. This guy is clown extraordinaire. He makes other politicians look serious and credible.